What's going on, guys? How you doing? It's Jamie here. Thank you very, very much for joining me. Super pumped about today. I know it's been a little while since I've been on here and done any of the old lives, and I thought, you poor buggers, you're missing out on the awesomeness that usually comes at least 5 times a week. I usually go live and try and deliver a bit of value, but it's obviously been a kind of a busy time for me lately. So I thought, you know what, I'm going to make up for it. I'm going to give you guys some cool stuff that's going to help you out, especially if you are brand new to affiliate marketing, or maybe you are not really getting any traction in your affiliate marketing business. This is going to help solidify things a little bit. Now, with the stuff that I'm going to go through, you don't need funnels, you don't need email marketing, you don't need ads, any of that stuff. It's really just about framing yourself in a very specific way in order to kick butt. Yeah, that's the official definition. Now, unfortunately, I've got this whole weird thing happening where I don't actually see who's with me on the old StreamYard, so I don't know who I've got, but I appreciate you guys tuning in. If you do me a massive favor, if you do happen to catch the live, drop a hashtag live as you've done very kindly. Thank you for that. And smash that heart button. Of course, if you do watch the replay, drop a hashtag replay. Smash that heart button. Just helps the message get a bit further out to the algorithm. Anyway, right, I'm going to share my screen. Feel free to drop any questions. I'm going to come back at the end, and I'll do a bit of a Q&A, and you guys can get some good value, I hope. Anyway, hopefully you guys can see that. Okay. Unfortunately, I can't tell. Alrighty, let's go. Right, so today what I'm talking about is the formula, if you're brand new to affiliate marketing, that you need to consider. It's C plus P plus V equals M. And I'm going to go through each step and explain exactly what they mean and why you need to formulate them in this particular order. First and foremost, what is C? Stands for content. Wow, what a surprise, Jamie. Thanks for that. So your content should inspire. And I know a lot of people get stuck on this whole realm of like content, what should I put out and all that sort of stuff. And I'm going to give you guys a few tips as well if you're interested. Check out this thing. It's called YouTube. It's kind of a big place. There's a lot of stuff on there. But look at the I guess the top 10 videos for different keywords relating to your niche. So if you go, for example, affiliate marketing, have a look at the top 20 affiliate marketing related videos and see what people are ranking for. Now, a little caveat on that one, most of the time, it's going to be things that aren't always 100% related to affiliate marketing. It might be, how to make money from listening to songs or something random like that. But there is still going to be incredible value amongst those, and that should hopefully inspire some ideas in terms of content. In terms of your own content, remember to mix it up as well. So, put out bait posts, put out images, write a quote if you want to go down that pathway, although I'd highly encourage you to do more than just putting out quotes. Otherwise, you'll just be known as the quote guy or quote gal. And that's not going to sell stuff. Putting out quotes isn't going to sell stuff. So the idea with your content is that it's going to increase your status, and it may feel awkward to start with. Even me doing this for years, I still sometimes think, God, this is crap. What a load of crap. Why am I doing this? And it's just the way it is. So, but the more you do it, the more in tune with the idea of doing it you're going to become. And it's like anything, the more you practice, the better you become. And like I say, it increases your status. Just segueing really quickly, I watched a video from Grant Cardone recently, and he was on stage. He was doing a speech, and he was giving information about his net worth and how that had grown since 2010 to well over the $1 billion mark now. And so the interesting thing was, he was saying, look at my visibility on Google Trends in 2010, and now look at it in 2020. And it basically, his income, interestingly enough, had followed this line almost 100%. So the idea is that it's not any one piece of content. Like, people watching this video, you're probably not going to go, okay, I'm going to make a decision about whether Jamie can help me or not based on one video. It's going to be the overarching amount of content that you put out there. And like I say, even if it feels uncomfortable to start with, the more you do it, the better you're going to become, and the more intriguing the actual process of creating content does become as well. So it also acts to increase your authority. And you can do that through adding value to people. So it doesn't matter where you are in the affiliate marketing spectrum. If you've just started, you've been doing it for a little while, it really doesn't matter. There's always something that you know that someone else doesn't. And even if you do, even if someone else does know it, you might be able to put a different twist on it. It might be your own personal story that's part of it. And if you're able to combine that, it really does, like I say, increases your authority as well. And what it does, and what you should be aiming to do, is to pull your ideal people towards you. So, of course, in a perfect world, everyone, as soon as you chat to them, they're just going to go, here's my credit card, I want to buy your stuff. But that's not going to happen. That's a sad fact of reality. We just don't have that luxury yet. Maybe one day, maybe we'll just talk to people and they'll just go, here's somebody, I'm going to throw some cash at you. I'm waiting for that day. But for the rest of us, mere mortals, you have to do it through your content. And so to give you an example, the way that you can polarize in a very tactful way is you can basically call out your ideal audience. For me personally, I don't want to work with people that are after freebies. So if that's you, then feel free to stop watching or enjoy the content. There's some good content amongst there. But you see what I did there? I just polarized my audience in a very small way. The people that are just after free stuff, those guys have either stopped watching or now they're still watching because they're curious. So what's this guy on about? What do you mean? And so what I'm effectively doing is actually calling out the people that I want to work with just by saying that. So I only want to work with people that are prepared to invest in themselves. I only want to work with people that are prepared to work their butt off and achieve their dreams and all that sort of stuff. But I'm also at the same time the people that want like the done for you free stuff, which it is like, by the way, just real off topic for a moment, it blows my mind that people have that attitude, because where's the money meant to come from, dickhead? Like, if everything's meant to be free online, who's going to pay for stuff? Where do you get the money from? Anyway, it's a little sad. See, I just polarized again. I've just pushed about a whole bunch of people going, don't call me a dickhead, I'm angry now. And now they stop watching. So you can do it quite, that's not tactfully, by the way. That was just more aggressive communication style. But you can do it a little bit more tactfully, a little bit more diplomatically than that as well. And so, like I say, you really want to, through your content, you can push away your ideal crowd. And the other thing is, well, as people, like, their bullshit radar is just through the roof these days, and so they can sniff bullshit straight away. So if you're trying to be someone that you're not through your content, it's going to be an incredibly hard thing to maintain, because that's not who you are. And people will, A, they'll smell that, and B, the longer you do this, the more content you produce, the more likely you are to slip up in your bullshit. Like if you're trying to be someone that you're not on an energetic basis, people sniff that. So just be yourself. And you'll find, here's the crazy thing. I can't see my screen, so I don't know if anyone's actually watching at the moment, but you're likable. You're a very likable person, whoever you are. And there's going to be hundreds of reasons why people would want to buy through you versus why they'd want to buy through me, right? So the more that you are just yourself, you're going to magnetize the people you want to work with. And that's really powerful. And you can't really worry, like, oh, what if they don't like me? Well, fuck those guys. You don't want to work with people that don't like you. No one's going to buy, like, very rare is someone going to go, you know what? I really don't like that person, but damn it, I'm going to buy some stuff from them anyway. Doesn't happen like that. So, but the cool thing is that just from being yourself, some people are inherently not going to like you. That's part of the game, right? But some people will like you. Those, this Jamie guy, he's a great lad. What a goofball. I love this guy. And so those are my people, right? And don't be shy about expressing your opinions. So having said that, I want to put a caveat out there at this point, because, if you've got some sort of like very strong opinion about certain things like politics or religion or, whatever else, you're inherently like a racist person or a sexist person, then maybe you want to like not put your opinions out there, and maybe you should just, pull your socks up and not be those things anyway. But anyway, don't be shy about, like, if you've got a controversial opinion about something in affiliate marketing. Like it was an interesting thing that popped up here in this group. And I think it was a publicity stunt, if I'm honest. But the question was raised on my profile, which I asked the question: do you think affiliate marketing is easy or hard? And if you're interested, I'll give you my 2 cents on that as well, by the way. But then it sparked a debate, and then I had the lovely Melvin San Miguel and Brian Campbell going head to head, battling it out online. Is it hard? Is it easy? Anyway, so but both gentlemen were expressing their opinion. They both had feelings and emotions about it and experience basically as well, and I'm not shy about it. And so those two people, just from doing that, just expressing opinion, yeah, you're right, it is hard. Yeah, you're right, it is easy. So now you're going to have two polarities that are going to, take on one or the other, right? Which is really fascinating. It's like a social experiment unfolding before our very eyes. So you want to show off your lifestyle a little bit. It doesn't have to be, like the whole Kardashian type thing or whatever. Like it's just, you're smashing a cup of coffee in the morning. You're, I don't know, doing whatever. What do you kids do these days? I have no fucking clue. I work from home and I sit at home all day doing stuff. So I don't know what anyone outside of Melbourne actually does these days. But just show off your lifestyle. It doesn't have to be overly extravagant. And what you'll find is that because most people's financial thermostat isn't dialed up a heck of a lot, you don't need to worry about zapping around in a Lamborghini and living in a mansion, all that sort of stuff, because it's so far removed from most people's reality. What you're better off doing is just showing the normal stuff, like every day. Because again, coming back to that whole being yourself thing, it's likable. You're very likable, and you have a likable life, I guarantee it. And so people are going to resonate with that, right? Make offers. We're in this game. I'm not doing this for fun. I want everyone watching this to buy my stuff. That's why I'm doing this. So make offers. Don't be shy about that. You can deliver massive amounts of value to your audience, and there's this whole doctrine about delivering value, provide value, but fuck that. Like, provide value and sell stuff. It's fine. And again, just tying this all together, some people are going to go, oh, he's only ever trying to sell me stuff. And they're going to fuck off, and that's fine. We don't want to deal with those people. And if you do, if that's, you'd rather tone it back, then by all means, go for it. That's fine. And teach stuff through your content. I can't stress this enough, but if you're brand new, just start documenting what you're learning. Did you learn anything from my little random monologue on this one slide? Maybe not. Maybe you're like, I don't want to listen to this guy. But anyway, no matter what you think you know or you don't know, guarantee that, actually no, if you don't know it, then it's not going to help anyone, is it? Damn it. Okay, so if you start that one again, Jamie. If you know something and you're not even conscious of it, which is a lot of us, we live in a state of unconscious competence because we've gone through, so far down this pathway, we almost forget how much other people don't know. And that's been an interesting thing with the SAA community as well recently. There's been a couple of things that have popped up and I'm like, I actually forgot that I knew that information, which is really fascinating. So don't undermine what you know is what I'm getting at. And even the most minuscule things like, here's what affiliate marketing is. Someone else that's not in this world, they'll have no clue and they'll just be like, my God, you're blowing my mind right now. It's amazing. So don't dismiss what you know. It's pretty cool. And other life experiences as well. All right. So the next part is your prospects. So now we're up to C plus P, prospects. So it's easier to sell to people that know that they've got a problem, right? So if you're trying to sell something to people that have no clue, then it's going to be harder, right? It's going to take a lot longer to dial those people into your way of thinking. That's how you do it. It's like like a river. I don't know why I did that. Anyway, so do they have a state of awareness of their problem? And do they have a state of awareness of the solution that you can provide? And if you've got those two already there, then that makes that whole process way easier. Do they know about your specific niche? So for example, if you're in affiliate marketing and you're only talking to people that are in e-commerce, do they even know what affiliate marketing is? Do they know about it? They have a problem that you can help with. And again, I'll reference e-commerce, but let's say, for example, people have tried e-commerce, and for those of you that have given it a nudge, you'll understand that it can have its complexities at times and relatively low margins by comparison to affiliate marketing, things like that. And is there a problem there? Maybe they can't get their stores to work. They've blown several $1,000s on running ads and they've made next to nothing. Is that a problem that you can potentially help them with? Right? Next one is, are they aware of their own problem? So it's all very well to have that problem, but if they're not aware of it, then again, you're pushing straight uphill. You need to then basically make them aware of that, and then you need to motivate them to make a decision whether or not they're going to stick with that. You need to provide the solution And then you need to obviously work out whether the solution you have is the best one for them, which is, now we're talking about a whole bunch of steps there. So there's a little quote. I Googled it to see if it was a Jamie original. Don't sell salt water to quench thirst in a desert. Yep. I've no clue if that's an original or not. I just kind of thought of it and wrote it down on the slide. So what does that mean? And it kind of comes back to the top one, which is state of awareness. But if you're going out there and you're selling to, I guess, people that have, like, if you're selling a complex affiliate marketing course or whatever to people that have zero understanding of the fact that there's even something called affiliate marketing, then you're not going to be helping them out. So they need to be in that state of awareness. Ties into that first one, right? So they need to actually be aware that there is a problem, and that, like, maybe, and to give you a more specific example, it was probably more relevant to people that have been trying affiliate marketing for a little while and just can't make it work, right? And if you can get your products in front of those people, it's going to be a lot easier. And the other thing is, they're just people. Like, we're all just people. We're all trying our best out here, right? So keep that in mind. Like, don't feel pressured or like stressed about reaching out to people. Just have a conversation. And why I wrote that one as well was understand that everyone is in a different stage of awareness. Everyone is in a different stage of their lives, and they're in a different stage of, I guess, their own personal journeys. So if someone doesn't get back to you, it's fine. They don't owe you shit. If someone doesn't, they don't respond to your messages, or they block you for whatever reason, it's fine. Move on. There's a bunch of other people out there. I've been saying this stat, and it turns out it's actually wrong. I kept saying that it was 1.3 billion people on Facebook, but I got it way wrong. It's actually 2.68 billion monthly users, 1.78 billion daily users. That stat was from the 3rd of May. Kind of cool. That's a fair chunk of people, right? Like, I feel like you could probably find another lead out there. I'm just throwing it out there. So, and basically with that whole thing, this is one of the things that we talk about in SAA a lot, and in SAI. You're welcome to check the post up the top if you're interested in learning more about that. But it's one of the things that we talk about is abundance, and it's such a esoteric term. It gets kind of touted like it's let's be abundant, man, which it can be. But the other side of it is just looking at factual data. Like I say, surely out of 1.7 billion people, like every day, surely maybe there's one or two people that you can go and chase out there to buy your stuff, right? So therefore, any one person that you speak to shouldn't really be overly important. And I don't mean to dismiss the importance of each individual person, not like that. What I mean is that any one conversation you have isn't as important as the overall amount of conversations that you're having. And this comes to my next part, which is volume. Right, so when you're condensing these things down, you got content, you got all your people, and bearing in mind, if you're new to the whole affiliate thing, notice I've never mentioned anything about funnels or any fancy stuff like that, email marketing, whatever. And I'm going to explain why at the end of this, because it's kind of important that you understand that. I was chasing those things for many years before it actually kicked into gear and I'd started doing really well. And it was because I'd actually removed a lot of that stuff. I do still have them. They do still serve an importance in my business. But if you're brand new, that's like a whole bunch of extra complexities that you kind of don't need to start with. Comes back to Occam's razor, which, in case you're unfamiliar with that, basically Occam's razor is a philosophical kind of idea that the simplest answer is usually the best, basically. I'll put it out there. And so therefore, of course, if you can take your social media profile, some content that you create, and a product that you believe in, and marry those two together or three together like that, like a menage a trois, then you got a winning formula. And then you can start adding the complex stuff on top of that. I'm going to get to that in a moment. Anyway, volume. So think of the stats behind this whole machine that you're building out, right? So you're smashing out your content. You're doing this every day. You've got to be consistent, by the way. You can't just fuck around and do it for like a week and then give up a week later. You have to be consistent. Look at it. If you type in my name in the search bar here in this group, I've been doing this since 2017. I started this group, and I've been pretty active. I've created content. I'm not going to say every single day, but I've created a plethora of content in that time. So you've got to be really, really consistent with it. But some stats for you guys to consider. if you were to go out and bear in mind, you can't just go from 0 to 50 new friend requests per day. You have to build up to it, right? Because otherwise Facebook will go whoopah, which is the official term. I looked it up in the dictionary. That's the official language that they use in the terms and conditions. They will slap you. They'll slap your account. They'll say, you're naughty. I know you're up to something. You're probably using a bot. Your account's done for. So you got to build up to it, right? So start with 10, try for 15 tomorrow, so on and so forth. But build up to that. 50 new friend requests per day. You can have up to 5,000 friends, by the way. And you can delete friends. That's a great thing. You don't have to be friends with everyone forever. And if you are able to get to the point where we're able to start 20 new conversations, and I understand that there's other things in play. A lot of people kind of feel like this is a lot. And how do you keep up with them all that sort of stuff? Yes, I transparency. Yes, I get that's a pain in the butt. But then at the same time, you don't owe anyone anything, right? So if you don't get back to someone, for 12 hours or 24 hours or 2 days, then who cares, right? Like and I mean that respectfully. Please don't think I'm being like disgruntled at everyone and like I'm trying to punish people or whatever. It's just that you got to understand you need to have intentionality behind what you're doing online, and especially when it comes to this aspect of things. Because if you're going out there just thinking, okay, Jamie told me I have to reach out to 20 people, and you're just like, okay, cool, done, then you're not really doing it with the intention of finding the people that you can help. And that's all it is, right? That's sales. And if you remove that kind of idea from your brain, that sales is a dirty word, and you kind of think, okay, if I can help people, I've got something that I believe in, which is my products. How can I help get this in the hands of the people that really need the help? And looking for those people with that intention as well. And doing so, it means you're going to be able to filter your own time a lot better. Because then instead of thinking, okay, I need to get back to that person, I need to do that, you got stuff moving all the time, and it just kind of helps with that. So the next part of it is if you ask someone if they're interested in buying your thing once per day, and I know this is not a perfect science, like I completely get that. I'm throwing hypotheticals out here, but I'm getting to the point of if you have an intention behind what you're doing rather than just fucking around, right? And so then if you're asking that, then we've got some stats I'm going to run through. Over 30 days, that is 1,500 new friends you've added. Now, let's assume that you haven't removed any either. Like you're probably going to do some weeding at some stage and get rid of some of the people because they don't even hop onto Facebook anymore. They don't respond to you. They have no content, whatever the case may be. And those people, that's fine. Like that's their prerogative. Just remove them, that's fine. But over a month, 1,500 people. You've reached out to 600 new conversations. I understand it's a lot, right? And you've asked the buying question at least 30 times. So if you repeat this process, what do you think the chances are that you can make something happen? I'm going to say it's pretty damn high. And of course, this is all hypotheticals. I know that there's like a lot of minutia that goes into this as well, but I'm trying to get you to expand your mind a little bit that if you stick with this, how long do you think that's going to be before you're actually making bank? I'm going to say it's pretty quick, right? Anyway, and so just before I move along as well, the last part is MOOLAH. You make the coin, right? That's what we all want. But before I move along, the other thing to bear in mind, I cover this in this slide, I think, but you don't get stuck in that phase, right? Like if you're thinking, you're looking at this going, shit, Jamie, that sounds like a lot of work, man. Like, then what do I do? Like, do I just keep doing that forever? I might as well just go back to a job. But what tends to happen is once you've done this for a little while, the attraction marketing starts kicking in. And the attraction marketing is when people actually want to work with you. They're like, Jamie, you have provided so much value in your group that I would love to be your friend and work together, and that would be amazing. And so that's what you're ideally wanting to get to, but it does take a lot of sweat equity within your audience in order to get that. So don't think that that's the end game. Like there's a thing that goes above that. I'm going to cover that here. So then after you've got that, you're going to start smashing a few of your goals. You're going to start smashing your interim financial goals in terms of affiliate sales. And like I say, that machine starts to move because then you're like, holy crap, I'm moving. This is amazing. And then people like just come out of the woodwork and it's incredible. So then you can start adding layers. You can start adding your funnels on top of that, right? You can start adding your autoresponders. And that's how you start building that machine. And these components, these are the ones that are going to sit there. They're going to sit there out in cyberspace collecting leads for you. They're going to go out and do the selling automatically. And that's when you're going to have the emotional, financial, and creative energy and space in order to go and pour that energy into those things as well. So if you start doing this right from the start, and you're like, oh, I'm told I need a funnel, and apparently I need email marketing. You're then trying to add too much stuff, and it's just going to be super complex unnecessarily. Then you can start chucking some ads on. This is brilliant. This is how you do it, right? Because then you've got like this thing that's sitting there, and you know how to sell with nothing but your audience that you've built up and a product or service that you believe in. And if you've got those, then you start adding these things on top, and man, it is wonderful. And then you blow it up with ads. Kind of cool. And then guess what? You can start creating your own products because you've got a track record of it working. You probably run some ads across a bunch of different platforms, and you're like, this is brilliant. Now, life is living the dream. And then world domination, my favorite. That's where I'm heading now. Good times, good times.